So there's lots of comfrey planted here. There's lots of scented geraniums that run through. And slowly over the years it just built up. And then we put in a few fruit trees.
On a sunny day in December last year, Dee Pigneguy told us about her planted berm that was causing upset amongst her neighbours. Today, we're back.
And I can also see, is that some spring onion there?
Yeah, there's shallots. There's all sorts of shallots in there and all sorts of shallots down here too. Do you know how much shallots cost?
No, but they're quite expensive.
Yes, and they just grow like weeds once you get them growing, and so that'll be quite good too.
She's been given an ultimatum by Auckland Transport. Return the berm to its original state or AT will, and it'll come at a cost of more than $3,000.
Last week, I think it was, the bombshell dropped again, and I had this letter from Auckland Transport. To me, it's a very threatening letter. It virtually tells us that we are public nuisances, really, and that if we don't return this berm to a desert of grass in which no life can possibly exist, that we will be fined, really. I mean, they'll come out and do it themselves, or send somebody out to do it, and it will cost $3,450 plus GST.
But Miss Pigneguy isn't going down without a fight. She says her berm is environmentally friendly, sustainable and loved by many in the community. During lockdown, she planted vegetables on the berm, providing food for people who may have been struggling in the wake of COVID-19.
So we planted lettuces and dill and fennel and beetroot and kale and what else? Parsley and all sorts of things. People have helped themselves to the lettuce, and the silver beet isn't quite ready yet.
In a statement, Auckland Transport says it has received a total of 4 complaints about the berm. It says staff visited the site on Tuesday the 23rd of June and will look again to see if a compromise can be reached. But Mrs Pigneguy says she's made multiple attempts to contact Auckland Transport with no results.
I would have thought that if they had a problem with my berm, that they would actually send someone out here to speak to me. I mean, they must have staff if they've got enough staff to keep hassling me.
Auckland Transport says private planting on berms can adversely affect visibility for pedestrians and impede those who are visually impaired or use a wheelchair. Ms Pigneguy admits there is one swan plant that's caused some problems, and she's planning to remove it. As for the rest of her berm, Ms Pigneguy says it's fine, and she has no plans to rip it out.
That's what I'm trying to create here, is a habitat for insects, birds, and it's worked perfectly well. In fact, the kindergarten kids, when they come along from the kindergarten to go to the park, they stop and they look at the butterflies, they look at the bees, the teachers talk to them about the plants, they pick up scented material, they get an understanding. This might be the only piece of nature that they see all day.
For First Up, Katie Doyle.